Angela Stribling. I'm the guest host of Soulversations. And I'm the guest host because the man who is the host can't interview himself. I'm talking about the one and only Russell Taylor. Hi, Russell.
Hi, Angela. How you doing?
You know what? I am so excited. First of all, it's great to see you. You're looking good.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I feel satisfied. I feel content. I'm very, very happy. Things are good.
Things are good. You know what? You should feel so good about yourself. Soulversations. I'm
Yes.
so proud of you for doing this. And can you tell me what it is?
Yes.
So in a word, what is Soulversations?
Soulversations is my idea is a conversation with artists that are my friends and peers to talk about music and art through the Black lens. I find a lot of times we are asked to turn down our Blackness. And however people feel about that, that's not my business. But I know that my friends and peers, we talk about this, that when we are asked to turn down our Blackness, we're turning down part of our art. And I wanted to provide a vehicle for us to move through and talk and sing and perform and explore and display and all those things.
So in other words, turn up your Blackness.
Bingo. Exactly.
I love that. I mean, and one of the things I've always admired about you, aside from your beautiful gift, you're not afraid to show exactly who you are. I love what you do with your music. I love how you're constantly so transparent. What you're feeling comes out in your music, comes out on your social media. What you see really is what you get.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So how would you answer the question, what is your musical DNA?
Oh, I am 80s emo, like Foreigner. I want to know what love is. So it's just to the point of corny, emotional pop music, big top lines and the hooks and stuff. Then I am all the way old school soul, the tradition of soul founded in gospel. I bring that with me everywhere I go. And then I would say that the more modern side of me is also the pop, like this pop veneer of what, like the Adeles and the Bruno Mars, because, and then bringing in a little bit of singer-songwriter in that pop as well, because I believe that you can still tell stories that don't always have to be about love, but that can refer to love or associate to love, and still tell a story. And I feel I'm those three things interchangeably.
Oh, that is beautiful. That's the best of everything.
Oh, that's the goal. I'm trying.
You know, and you touched on this a little bit early on when you talked about, turning down your Blackness.
Yes.
And I said you turn up your Blackness and you're encouraging others to do the same.
Yes.
Talk about how the activism is in your music.
I feel that particularly with Black artists, that we grow up like this. Let me change that. In our household, we are probably not aware of being that Black and Black is other until we get into school or preschool or something. But in our homes and in our families, we're Black. Now, we may experience some of the things that happen to the family members, like our stories and things like that, but our own experience of being other. So that otherness is carried with Black people throughout their lives. When it comes to being an artist, it is difficult to separate ourselves from something that is part of us. When we get to the art, though, sometimes it can be very heavy. Sometimes it could be light. As one of my friends, Cy Smith, in her song, sometimes a rose grows in concrete, that she addresses in issues about racism and being Black in that song. And it's so masterfully written that it is like it's a poem. But I have a song called Wake Up that is directly in your face about waking up because we are tired of being shot and killed. So activism in music is important when it comes to Blackness. But I like the idea of being able to choose to do it. Like we have the option to do it, and it isn't expected of us, but when we do address it, that it is accepted. Now, I know that's a really complicated, convoluted way of looking at it, but I want the option, I don't want the expectation, and I want to determine how I will speak on it. I also think something about activism too is that on the other side of this, I believe that all artists are activists. I activate for love. I activate for partying. I activate for good sex. I activate for everything that makes me happy because I'm basically bringing the listener into my world so they can, get amped up to go after whatever and to inspire the feelings to go after what I'm singing about. We can have that moment together. So I do believe in general that artists have a responsibility to be active, to be activists for what we sing about. But particularly with the Black lens, it's part of who we are. And if we choose to address it, let us and accept it the same way you accept other things.
I love that so much.
Why can't we make it last? Make it last. Why can't we make it last? I haven't seen you for at least a week, but I can still smell your perfume. You say that I'm the cheating kind, but I still think of you. Is it the way that we fight? I told you 1,000 times you made me the man that I am, but you don't believe me still. I gave you my hand and my heart. I told you it's death to us part. I'm half a man but I'm free will. You don't believe me still. Regrets, it's too late. Oh, and now I'm just too proud, way too proud to admit it's too late. Oh, I'm just too proud to admit. We know it's over, but we try so hard to make it last. Oh, we know it's over, but we try so hard. We try so hard. Hey, I told you 1,000 times. Hey, you made me the man that I am, but you don't believe me still. I gave you my hand and my heart. I told you it's death to love. I'm half a man, but I'm free will. You don't believe me. I'm just around, you're just around to with me. Oh, it's too late, it's too late.
And as a Black man
Yes.
in America, you know, you were saying that it's an option. You
Yes.
can sing about love. You can sing about what's going on in the world, especially in America today.
Yes.
How do you find that balance of, you know, putting the music out there, it's authentic, but then it not coming across too sappy or too preachy? How do you do that in a way that, you know, you're hoping that the people who consume your music are going to really get it?
Well, see, Angela, that's the challenge too, because now we're talking about, this is my opinion when it comes to society and how we engage with Black men, that there is an expectation of Black men to be hard and aggressive and strong, but there is no space or room for us to be vulnerable. But we are fathers, and we are husbands, partners. We exist in a space where we have to give love, but you don't want us to be vulnerable, so we can. So I think therein lies an unspoken activism, is that I challenge myself every time to tell the truth when I go in and I sing these records in the booth, when I go on stage, to leave it on stage, that I'm activating for Black men to say, like, okay, when you hear this, so let me be a little tender with my wife. Let me be even more tender with my daughter. And then also for the women in our communities to say, okay, I want my man to be this way. I want my dad to be this way. So let me give him some space to be vulnerable. Because you dance with somebody, there's a cover that I've done that was like the next level for me of stripping myself bare, of saying whatever comes out is what it is, how raw I can be. And I became much more vulnerable in my love spaces because of it. So I'm hopefully activating for Black men to do the same, and for Black women to accept that vulnerability.
Yeah, that's what we all want, right?
Yeah, but we have to be able to articulate it. So maybe we just stir the pot. That's what art is. Maybe we just stir the pot so we can talk about it.
Yeah, and it's such a powerful and important thing. Women, you know, you talked about Black men and their perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Black women? I mean, you know, and the relationship between Black men and Black women.
I think that Black women, I've never been a Black woman, so I recognize, but I was raised by the one and only feminist, Black feminist, my mother. I believe that Black women also have challenges of needing to be super strong, but also vulnerable. Black people as descendants of slaves, Black people as descendants of slaves in the United States, we have our own baskets of things that we have to deal with. And then when it comes to slavery, I'm getting deep. Then when it comes to slavery, the mechanism of slavery, the tool, the weapon of slavery was used differently against the sexes. It did no value to it, not worse or better for women, worse or better for men, just differently. So the baggage that Black women, descendants of slaves, carry, and then this challenge with vulnerability and love and strength, you guys have that challenge too. So it's hopefully activating them to say, you can be vulnerable, you can trust, you can be vulnerable, give vulnerable space to the Black man in whatever capacity, as a friend, as a child, as a partner, as, you know, whatever capacity. So then we both are given permission to be vulnerable in these spaces. Vulnerability breeds authenticity, breeds truth. And the next thing you know, we're getting along. And then what can happen then? In
your music, are you deliberately trying to get people together?
You know, it's not no, not deliberately. But I ultimately, that's the goal. Because I know for myself, when I'm stripped down, more vulnerable, I'm able to take criticism. I'm able to be more loving, understanding, more truthful. If I live authentically and tell my truth, then I give everybody around me permission to do the same.
That's exactly right. That's reminded me of Nelson Mandela's beautiful speech.
Oh, yeah.
By letting your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same.
Clock strikes upon the hour. The sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out the door to chase these blues away. I've done alright up to now. It's the light of day. Oh, it shows me how. And when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Hey, oh, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. I've been in love and lost my senses. What I do? Spinning through the town. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And sooner or later the fever rains. And I wind up feeling down. Whoa, I need a love that takes a chance. With a heart that burns, I'd love to last. Oh, and when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Hey, oh, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Somebody who loves, with somebody who loves. Give me a break. Boom. With somebody who loves. Put that down. With somebody. One more. Who loves. With somebody who loves me.
With the elections that's going on right now, and I know you're a pure artist. I mean, you can't feel it and not sing about it or write about it. How is that affecting Russell Taylor?
I'm A mess. In this regard, it's hard to feel powerless. So I put together some shows and I start singing and I get my friends to go out and we affect change where we can. That's what we do. I wrote a song called Wake Up. I partnered with the Poor People's Campaign. And then they actually underwrote the video for Wake Up. And then we shot it in Boston during COVID. And then we start working and doing phone banks for Joe Biden and Harris, like Russell Taylor, the artist. I'm calling radio stations in North Carolina to get people to get out and vote and reminding them of the platform. I'm joining Protect Our Polls with the NAACP with using Wake Up. So I'm a mess, but I'm activating and I'm trying to inspire and trying to push.
You've never stopped. I mean, during this whole pandemic, you were making videos. You're like, you know what? We're gonna, however we can do it, we're gonna do something on your phone.
We gotta work.
Russell, you have performed with a lot of artists. You've presented a lot of other artists. If you were to give me a list, or even if it's one, are there any artists that you haven't performed with that you want to?
Yes. The list is long, so I'll just give the condensed version of it, okay? All right, so one artist right now that I have never named that I want to perform with, who is actually a new friend, is Robert Glasper.
Oh, yes.
I would love to get in the studio with him and do a live show with him, or at least sit in, or vice versa.
I could see that.
And then I have my standards that, I would like to perform with, but I couldn't do it. I would end up just standing there and listening. Is like Donny Hathaway and Nina Simone. Those are like my penultimate. But I don't think I would be capable, like physically, of actually performing because I would be so overwhelmed with just being in this space. I don't think I could do it. I would love to, but I don't think I could.
I can see it now. But you know what? I have a feeling if that were to ever happen, you would start off a little bit overwhelmed, but then
I'd try to get
fall
into
right
it.
in.
I'd try it.
Oh my goodness. And you mentioned these people that if you could perform with, Donny Hathaway, Nina Simone, would you say that they influenced your music?
Absolutely. Donny Hathaway, and much like his daughter, Layla, who is a friend who sings her tail off, there is something about the tone. There's no word.
You're right.
It's just, you hear the tone and it's just like a warm blanket, like a weighted blanket that falls on you and you're calm and you just lay. Nina Simone, so for Donny, it's the tone and his ability to communicate, of course. But Nina Simone is freedom.
Yeah. Ooh.
Live at Montrose, was it Montrose Jazz Festival? I think it was. She played and she did Feelings.
Woo.
The freedom. Now, they may say that Nina Simone may have, she may have had some mental, emotional challenges, but whatever it was, it aligned for me because when she started going through that Joker, she didn't care who was in the room. I felt like it was divine, like communication with her, and she was delivering. The freedom, that is art.
Yeah. And here we are in 2020, still talking about Nina Simone, Donny Hathaway, and others. Let's say it's 2040, 2060. What is Russell Taylor's legacy?
That I was here. That I changed some hearts and souls. And that I changed the culture.
You're going to make me cry.
I feel like I'm about to
I'm about to cry.
I feel like I'm about to woo down myself.
I feel it though.
But that I was here though. Like that's number one, that I was here. Like people will know that I was here. That's so important. And how else would they know I was here unless I did some stuff that was really important, that changed the culture, that I changed some lives, that I changed some hearts and souls in some directions, that I was here and I changed the culture.
People come and they go. It kills me real slow. Life at its worst. So much that it hurts. Open up, let you in. Don't wanna fall again. Original sin. Same story to win. Enemy in my eyes. Took me at hello. We still in disguise. We lost all control. I'm battered and worn. Our love has me torn. You fought for my heart, but you fought for my heart. In this war I can see. I doubted you believed were all that I needed in this war of hearts. In this war I can see. I doubted you believed were all that I needed in this war of hearts. Dust still in the wind. I can't see to the end. The path is unclear. Behind my veneer, a new line in the sand, another battle to win. If you don't let me go, I might hurt you again. Enemy in my eyes took me at hello. We still in disguise. We lost all control. I'm battered and worn. Our love has me torn. All that I needed in this war of hearts. In this war I conceded. I doubted you believed it. You're all that I needed in this war of hearts. I was dark and you were the light that brought me back to life, back to life. And it's because you love me. Oh, I was dark, and you were the light that brought me back. Hey, back to life, back to life. And it's because you love me. We need inspiration, and you're that thing for me. Think I'm in love, can't shake it off. Thought I was heroes, guess I was wrong. Was it a dream? Eyes never closed, stuck in a nightmare. Then you woke me up, you wake me up.
questions.
Okay.
I want your answers to be short, succinct,
Okay.
but honest,
Okay.
of course.
Okay.
And we're just going to go.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Zen, ready.
Zen ready. All right. What's your favorite thing about DC?
Chocolate City. So everybody here is Black. Well, excuse me. Let's rephrase that. People grew up in Chocolate City with Black identity. And I think that is a very grounding thing. So I like Chocolate City, the
Okay.
Chocolate City part of it.
Love that.
Okay.
How do you self-care? What do you do? Uh-oh.
Well, you know, I believe in CBD. And I think that with meditation, I burn sage, white sage, and Palo Santo every morning before I check my phone, before I look at my watch, any of that stuff. That has been new. And I believe that's a great way to center myself. So,
Love it.
yeah.
I'm such a movie and play girl. What's your favorite movie and play?
Favorite movie? The Color Purple. Always. Favorite play? The Wiz. The Wiz. When Stephanie Mills was in The Wiz, I saw it as a little kid. Favorite.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you listening to right now?
Leanne La Havas.
Oh, I love her.
Leanne La Havas. Ooh.
A lot of people don't know about Leanne La Havas.
Ooh, but this latest record, though, I feel like she was always good, but this latest record, like...
Okay. What book can't you live without?
Their Eyes Were Watching God, Zora Neale Hurston.
Old school.
Old school.
Classic. Now, was that it? I think I've asked you all the
Was
questions.
that 1, 2, 3? I think we did 5. Yeah.
I think we did. Okay, good.
One more question.
Okay, good. Okay. Last question. What song have you always wanted to cover and you haven't?
Oh, I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. Oh, it's 2. It's a tie. Can I give 2? 2. Okay, so...
Only if you sing it.
Okay. Oh, a little light home, all alone that I got a burning desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that record.
I think we need to get started on that one.
Okay, let's go.
That's awesome.
Thank you.